Maybe I should go to Yahoo Finance. All right, we're gonna go over to Yahoo Finance and see how much better that article is. But who's right? Rich Dad Poor Dad. Author Robert Kiyosaki bragged that being 1.2 billion in debt is better than friend Dave Ramsey's mantra of debt free. Okay, let's go to Yahoo Finance real quick. All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back, yo. All right, y'all. My bad. Let's skim over this Yahoo Finance one. Okay, same thing. Rich Dad Poor Dad Kiyosaki. Okay, 1.2 billion comparing to Dave Ramsey saying live debt free. This is Jeannie Mancini. Okay, March 19, 2024. Okay, another short article. Okay, his post on X. Okay, contrasting the stance with that of radio personality Dave Ramsey, who's right. All right, let's see. Okay, Kiyosaki's argument unfolds with a reflection on the wisdom behind Dave Ramsey's advice versus his own, acknowledging the validity of living debt-free for the majority. He said, for most people with low financial acumen, Dave's advice is a smart advice. Okay, for dumb people, you should follow Dave Ramsey's advice. According to Robert Kiyosaki, yet he counters this by highlighting the potential benefits of debt as an investment tool. Okay, already mentioned. For the financially educated and experienced, my advice may be better. Kiyosaki, see, Dave Ramsey says his advice is better. All right, this is a quote, so I'm assuming this is what Mr. Kiyosaki said here, suggesting a tailored approach to financial decision making based on individual knowledge and experience levels. I think the one thing with Dave Ramsey too is that he has very clear, very easy to research steps in relation to his plan. Whether or not you agree with his plan or not, he says these are my 7 steps, and this is what everyone should do, like in this order, regardless of their situation. There are small caveats. Right, some people are in very unreal financial situations, so he has small caveats for those particular people. But 99% of people, he says, can get funneled into his financial ideology, which is in short the 7 baby steps. He doesn't care where you're at. He assesses your whole financial plan, and then he figures out if you have debt, you go all the way back to baby step number 2. And if you got more than $1,000, if you don't have $1,000 saved, you go back to baby step 1. You get your $1,000 saved. If you're someone who has over $1,000 saved, consumer debt, then everything over 1,000, including things that are in taxable brokerage accounts, those will get liquidated. You can put money aside for taxes, and everything else is going to go towards your debt until you're out of baby step 2. And he's going to put you, into the baby steps. For other people, and this, I would say other people don't do what they do. Dave Ramsey is not just known for his ideas on living completely debt free, but just all the wealth of information that he has on it. He doesn't do it anymore every single day, but he has a daily radio show Monday through Friday. I believe it's like 2 to 5 Tennessee time, so at standard time or central time. But he's been on the air for essentially 30 years giving out financial information, and he has created a very robust plan around his 7 baby steps and built a large team around it. Versus Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, their knowledge as far as what's in their head on how people should operate their finances isn't as easy and readily accessible as Dave Ramsey says. Yes, they all have books, cool books, but you can just Google, Dave Ramsey 7 baby steps. All right, boom, this is what you do for your finances. He's got the Every Dollar Budget app. I'm not aware of Kiyosaki or Grant Cardone having apps like that to help you with your finances on the personal side. So there are things like that where even David just put so much into actually helping people out with their finances, not just saying, hey, do my plan. Is it Susie Orman? I feel like it's Susie Orman. All right, your perspective. Okay, Kiyosaki's financial journey. Okay, existential debt. He's saying that's not a burden. Okay, cool. Okay, we're talking about 1971, the gold. If I go bust, the bank goes bust. Not my problem. He said, okay, ride or die. He views debt not only as a leverage tool, but also as a means to potentially exploit tax advantages. True, because when you're accrued debt, you don't pay any taxes. He's repeatedly declared being a debtor means he does not pay taxes. That's true. All right, 2022 YouTube short ads. Depth to Kiyosaki's perspective, showcasing his direct critique of debt-free lifestyle popularized by Dave Ramsey. Okay, talking about his friend living debt-free. He said he's an idiot. Like, bro, they're both old. Kiyosaki's probably older than Dave, but it's not like they're gonna have a Drake and Kendrick beef type of thing, right? But I mean, are you calling him an idiot? Cool. I mean, he's my friend, but I say, Dave, I like that. Okay, cool. Um, I think Kiyosaki and Dave. I think Kiyosaki talks more about his relationship with Dave Ramsey than Dave Ramsey does Kiyosaki. I think people bring up his relationship with Robert Kiyosaki, but it doesn't seem like whenever I hear Dave talk, which I've heard, watch his YouTube channel a couple of times, handful of times, he doesn't bring up Kiyosaki that much on his own. From what I've seen more of Kiyosaki, bringing up Dave. In short, at the heart of this debate lies the key issue of financial literacy. Kiyosaki emphasized the importance of individual acumen again, urging his audience to evaluate their literacy. True. And I guess that's a good caveat, right? He's not saying just hop in, and do what I'm saying to do. He's saying first you need to get your financial literacy, your acumen up before you start, operating how I'm telling you how to operate. Okay, question who is right depends on your individual goals. That's true. And your comfort level with debt. The second thing I recommend is define how you want to handle debt and handle that way. For those of you who want to, use debt, have a high credit score, all right. I mean, that's a lifestyle you want to live. Again, there are people who have money who use debt and people who have money who don't use debt, and everything in between as far as using debt. That's a fact. It'd be a lie to say that's not true. All right. For some, the idea of owing more to creditors is unbearable, creating immense stress and anxiety. But the issue is most people, can't use debt in the way that Kiyosaki is referencing. Having zero debt provides peace of mind and aligns with a more conservative, risk-averse approach. No, it is a more conservative and risk-averse approach to personal finances. However, for others like Kiyosaki, using debt as a tool to invest and grow wealth is a core part of their business and investment strategy. And that's what I was talking about as far as Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. Yes, Robert Kiyosaki has the business, the worker. I forget his quadrant of the type of quote unquote workers out there as far as how you pay taxes, investors, things like that. But that's really the only thing I've seen with him as far as the breadth and depth of information in comparison to Dave Ramsey and Ramsey Solutions. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki's model is built on leveraging debt to acquire assets while using that debt to reduce tax liabilities. Fact. Okay, all right, boom. So I guess we had to read the same article twice again. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki asks, who's right? He is a billionaire, 1.2 billion in debt. No, he's not a billionaire. He has $1 billion in assets. This is not true. But Dave Ramsey says live debt free. You're not a billionaire because you have 1.2 billion in debt. I would say that makes you like the complete opposite of a billionaire. And again, this was by Jeannie Massini. All right. That's it, y'all. Locked and loaded. In-depth episode. This is, again, I don't read these articles ahead of time. So sometimes, might get a little dub, but that's sometimes why I look up multiple articles if it's not, Yahoo Finance, like I did the second time, or CNBC, New York, Washington Post, any, the larger type of news people out there. I usually don't bring up a backup, but when it's somebody else, I'm like, all right, let's get somebody a chance. You see what happens. But again, necessities, debt payments, investments, lifestyle. I mean, if you never listened to this show, I would be, in short, teamed with. I keep saying I gotta put my books up. His book fell down because it's the book that isn't standing up against anything. So you guys can just like see him peering over my shoulder, which it should be like right there over my left shoulder. But I think, again, for people who want to go into debt, then make use of that. But it's always interesting when people saying they want to make use of debt leverage and their credit score is trash. Like, if that's the lifestyle you want to live, then at some point in time, you have to show that lifestyle is benefiting you. Most people are struggling financially. I've already said this before. Most people, the Ramsey plan is going to be your best fit and going to be your ticket to success. It's very simple as far as the steps. It's 7 major things that you need to do, and you're going to spend most of your time doing the first probably 2 to 3. I mean, you spend most of the time getting on baby step number 2 and getting out of debt. But once you get out of debt and build your savings, you're doing 4, 5, and 6, investing, saving for a down payment if you don't have a down payment, but investing in yourself as far as retirement, your kids' college fund, and paying down your mortgage. For those of you who want a house, you're going to spend a majority of your time in those steps. And eventually, baby step 7, once you have your house paid off, is just you're just building wealth and live like no one else. So later, you can live and give like no one else, and you're enjoying your life from a financial standpoint. Or you can make use of debt, which most people already do. That's why they kind of come over to the Dave Ramsey side of things, and most people aren't having success with the debt. That's the one thing too. There you see a lot of people, which is I would say most of the people who have followed the Ramsey steps were living a life that is closer to Robert Kiyosaki in the sense of they're making use of debt. Dave Ramsey is not saying make use of debt at all. Outside of the fact that he's saying one time get a 15-year fixed rate for your mortgage, no more than 25% of your take-home pay. Outside of that, He's never going to tell you to use debt or go into more debt. He'll tell you to take out a loan if it involves you like decreasing your debt, but he never actually tells you to go into more debt. All right. But rarely, if ever, do you hear someone saying they did the Dave Ramsey plan, they didn't like it, and they went and did, a debt-based plan from Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, Graham Stephan, whoever it is out there. You rarely, if ever, see that. You see everyone coming over from using debt to now doing no debt to Dave Ramsey. We don't see people going from Dave Ramsey to Kiyosaki type of mindset. So I think that in and of itself should let you know how, people are operating. Now, there are some people who do that, but those are more like the financial influencers out there who, like I said, are using Dave Ramsey's name in a negative way to run their numbers up in the algorithm, right? They're saying, oh, yeah, I was struggling financially, but now, I'm making use of real estate, having multiple homes, things like that. But a lot of people, shout to Anton Daniels, one of the GOATs, to let you know, it's like when people are saying they're having debt from the standpoint you've seen people talking on the internet, they're not showing the receipts. They're not showing all this information. They're just talking. When you actually get into their lifestyle and see how they're actually doing, they not doing as well as you think they are. But social media, right? You see these posts and you think everybody is living just this lavish lifestyle. I remember this one guy when Instagram was like first started kicking off. I mean, his name was Lavish something. It's like this Middle Eastern looking dude. I don't know if y'all remember him. I mean, he's probably one of the first IG type of scammers. But yeah, anyways, though, that's it, y'all. Locked and loaded. End of the episode. Make sure y'all comment, like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you leave those rating reviews on the podcast platforms as well. My information, as well as my coach Jordan information, can be found in the description on YouTube. Jordan Stops All and J on socials. His business page is finallyfit.live. That's where you can go to sign up for the 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time virtual training sessions. And then for myself, I'm Salah_Corey. You can reach out to me for the financial coaching information. All right. Again, y'all, we appreciate the numbers. I mean, I know we have to release the information for y'all to consume it, but we appreciate y'all continuing to increase the engagement. We finally got over, I say like finally, like we've been waiting, but we got over 100 subscribers. Our watch time is going up, all these different type of things. So we appreciate y'all. But again, if y'all want to come up on here, let me know. I can start live streaming this and putting time in my calendar so y'all can discuss these topics. I already told y'all can always come up here and give any pushback or any feedback that y'all want to give. I'm all about engagement and having people be able to speak, what they want to say. I always say, and people say I argue a lot, but I never I'm not gonna say I don't cut people off. I never tell people to stop talking. You can make your point. I will sit here and talk to you all day. Not now because I got a son who might be here in the background, but I will let people come up here, book a time, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, and have various people come up here on the pod. If that's what y'all want to do. I'm all about having people be able to speak their mind and see what people are thinking. Because a lot of stuff people say, like we can get like to the Kevin Samuels recipes, Kevin Samuels, but when you get into like that side of social media when it talks about relationships, a lot of times people say that's what's on the internet. However, a lot of that stuff is in real life. You start meeting people, it's like, oh, I thought you were just an internet type of mindset. No, a lot of these people have some of these mindsets in real life when it comes to relationships. And I'm interested to see the same thing when it comes to the financial perspective. Because me, shout out to rest in peace Mint, right? Pull up your Mint. We need receipts, right? So it's one thing just to say, you agree with this, but how are you applying this particular lifestyle from a financial standpoint in your life, and what results are you getting? All right, again, Team Dave Ramsey over here. I prefer the no debt. I used to have the debt. All right. But I was like, man, let me aggressively pay this off because I like that cash flow getting increased on a month-to-month basis. Paid off my wife's car literally almost a year on the day. It might be almost a year like on the dot. But as far as the day of the week that we got our car, literally a year later, we paid it off. So again, back into no more debt. Like that's what I recommend everyone to do, especially everyone under 30. If you can get out of debt and build your 3 to 6 months of emergency fund before you turn 30, I don't think that you should like literally do anything else. That should be your main focus until you do that, because you're going to have so much of your life to, in short, live your life from a lifestyle type of perspective, that if you can get everything done as far as foundationally, no debt, besides a mortgage, and 3 to 6 months of expenses saved. Oh my goodness. See them people talking about getting married and struggling financially. Well, if two people come together with $10,000 each, that's $20K and no debt and no kids, I think y'all gonna be in a pretty good situation. All right, because you both only need to make $25 an hour to get to 100K, and that's good starting out. See, a lot of people want to live the lifestyle for people who've been working 30, 40 years. And then you see the people that be scamming and lying on the internet. Don't forget, a lot of these scammers out here, they're not quote unquote scamming no more, is because now y'all have given them real money, right? Y'all paid for their courses. So now they actually have money to go and live this lifestyle and invest and do these type of things. Versus when I say, hey, where did you get this money from originally? Oh, we can't find those receipts. We can't find those receipts. All right. But that's it, y'all. Locked and loaded. Remember to save more and say less. Keep making better your best. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.